Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of Castle and Key Cask Strength Weeded Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. That's a mouthful right there.
I missed the whole cask strength when I was reading the bottle, so that was news to me.
There it is. That's what it says on the bottle. So we're going to get right into the particulars on this one. I know the other Castle and Key we had, I had a love-hate relationship with it. I liked it in the beginning, and then it started coming down with a funk. So I'm curious to see what this one does.
I remember not liking that other one, but
I don't remember loving it. We can put it that way.
I'm with you, but at the time too, I think it was a little more pricey than what we were used to doing.
Right.
This is right in the average of.
Yeah, so we'll get right into this one. So this one comes in at 105.8 proof. We got it for $59.99. This is a 7-year whiskey. This happens to be batch 1. It was blended in 2024, and the batch side was 109 barrels, is what they had said. So it's distilled, bottled at Castle and Key Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky, and the mash bill is 73% white corn, 17% malted barley, and 10% white winter wheat. So it's funny that the wheat it's not even a secondary. The malted barley is the actual secondary. And I remember reading on the bottle at one point in time, and it said, our white corn is locally sourced from Walnut Grove Farms in Kentucky. Like they obviously wanted to stress that because they actually put it on the bottle. So be curious to see. Some places really stress like we only source locally. And it's just I just found it funny when I was reading the bottle the other day that I was like, oh, they actually named the farm where they grew it. So
it's another one of those corks you don't want to get hit with.
No, it's got a little heft to it. I mean, again, bottle design, it's always a cool looking bottle.
It is.
I mean,
it does stand out. And then they got the different colors, so they're very distinct to see what's different. You know what I mean? They're not all like Angel's Envy is hard sometimes because they all look the same colors, and right. You got to really read them. So,
be curious to see what I think of this one after I tried it. I again, when we did it, I don't remember not liking it, and then I remember when I went back to it, I was like, "What the heck has happened to this thing?" But we'll see on this one.
I don't recall it sticking around long. Whoa, that's got a different flavor.
Well, I'm smelling something different on the nose, and I was trying to figure out what it was.
I was trying to too, but that's why I went with a flavor. But then I'll be interested to see your reaction. It's not a crazy nose.
Yep.
Let's put it in a unique category because that's not where I was thinking I was going.
That was my first sip, so I got to give it a minute. But looking at the mash bill, that's what I'm thinking is why we're tasting what we're tasting, because I think you're getting
the corn.
No, it's reminding me of the. It's almost bringing me like if I was to do this totally blind, my first sip, I think I'd be in the malted rye land. You know what I mean? Like where it had a little spice to it. Like just
that definitely has a spice to it.
Yeah, I mean it's only 105.8 proof, but it drank like it drank it would be like a high rye bourbon.
I would probably jump with you because it is pretty sparkly, and I didn't even swish it, and it's still kind of numbing. So I would probably lean towards a high rye.
Yeah,
and it's I don't know. There's a different taste in this.
Yeah, I think it's the malted barley. Actually, is what it almost tastes. I think so. I'm gonna have to see.
You think it's that with the white wheat?
It could be
winter wheat.
It could be that too.
I have no idea what. There was this many different wheats, so it's got a different nose.
It's funny when you roll it on your tongue.
I'm gonna try that this time.
It actually, I would 100% say this is a rye. Like it comes off with almost a mint when you're rolling it on your tongue. Like when I'm trying to drink it, it almost comes off like a mint in the beginning. Like there's a spikiness. It's coming off with the pop rocky feel.
It's definitely pop rocky.
No, right. But when you roll it on your tongue, it almost portrays the mint to me. Unless it's just countering with the thing I just got done eating.
With a malted rye.
Yeah. Right, but it would bring me into rye. That's what I'm trying to say.
By 100%. I mean, this is drinking sparkly. And it gives you a pretty good baby orgeat, and there's no damn rye in it.
Right, none. And that's why, like, when I'm drinking it, to me, like, if I wasn't looking at the board and someone just poured us this drink, I would be leaning towards. I think I would get a malted rye. I think I'm getting that malt. No, I'm not, right.
Wait.
It's our first show. We've never done one before. Yeah,
I was doing so goddamn good.
Yeah. I know you're giving Lucky No One's called. Let's be honest.
No.
Usually by oh, no, I forgot to shut this off.
I was up here way ahead of you and everything.
I know.
Don't know what I...
Very, very busy. There is a sugary sweetness.
But before they call back.
When you as soon as you get that, man, when you roll that on your tongue, that really does it. I jump right to a rye. I'm not getting so much that malted flavor that I got the first sip though, and it could be the wheat. That's
more towards the end. Is the malt.
I don't know. I don't know.
Unless it's that because it's the white corn, maybe, and then maybe that's just bringing us to the.
And the white winter wheat. I mean, that could add a different
white lightning type, you know.
Oh, I'm not getting the
young
like taste.
No. But like a moonshine type deal where it's. I'd probably be higher than 105.
Oh, if you just guess and proof, you mean?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think I would be in like the 110s anyways, like upwards of
17 somewhere there I'd be.
Yeah, up in that range.
And I'd probably be a malted rye.
I think I would go there too, just because the nose has a little twang to it that it like you get a hint of like a caramel, but there's something else where
no heavy bourbon.
No, it kind of
not disguised like makers or anything like that either.
No, but it almost brings me in like the Bernheim land when we did like the cask strength Bernheims where you get like that some of them you do get that wheat flavor.
Yeah, but that seems to be easier, and I don't remember it standing out.
It's
different as this one.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll give you an example then that I just did it last night. Was like I went back to the soft red wheat. And I thought I really liked that one because it has such a great finish. But when I was drinking it, it was bringing me, and it did it on one of the blinds too. It was bringing me in the land of like where I can taste. You can almost taste the wheat in it, like
that was. That's probably a better example, actually.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what I'm getting at the end of this, where
because that has a different nose.
It has a twang at the end.
Yeah.
Where it almost brings me to when like the Johnny Drum and stuff with Willet. It almost gives me that. Like I remember in the blind, I'm like, this is a Willet product, and it ended up being a soft red wheat because it brings you that where you can actually taste like the wheat in it. And I think that's what I'm getting here with this one. And I think that was the twang I ended up not liking. We're going to have to see how this one opens up. Right now, it's drinking like a rye. It really does. It
definitely
comes
holds off
like hot. Yeah. But
it's actually now that we report, it's just probably the most caramel I got in the nose so far.
Yeah. See, I was getting a caramel in the front, but it had a twang to it. I kept trying to get with that secondary.
Yeah, I was trying to get that too because that was more predominant. But now the caramel's kind of as equal. But I don't know if it's the wheat.
But man, when you roll that on your tongue, I really get that. It brings a mint, which is weird, and that maybe that's what the winter wheat does. I don't know, but it really drinks like you're drinking a rye whiskey. I would 100% say that that's what I'm drinking. And there's zero rye in it, which is the funny part. But it drinks spicy like a rye.
It definitely drinks spicy like a rye. I'll give you that.
So, I mean, if you're looking for a low proof that drinks hotter than it actually is, this is 100% will do that.
Not really even a low proof, but it's drinking well above its 105. I can tell you that.
It's funny you say 105 is a low proof. I just said it. But if you're looking for like a lower proof, because I would be upwards of, like, I think we drink larceny full proofs that didn't drink this hot.
I'm with you.
I mean, like it's just, yeah.
And I just told you that 3 stars or whatever.
No, the 15 stars.
That one come off crackling too, but
yeah, I don't.
That's
remember.
a 107. I thought it was.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one is. Overall, 7-year whiskey for $60. It fits under the category. There is a little something to this one, but I don't hate it because it's actually, that would be a pretty good blind. It kind of brings me in the Chattanooga vibe, where it has there's something different going on in there, where it's not your traditional bourbon-esque flavors. You're like, what is that? And it not in a bad way.
Definitely, what is that? And,
yeah.
And I'm with you 100%. I think in the blind, I'm going to call this a malted rye.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's definitely not going to drink. We're going to be
kind of
like,
have that end flavor towards the end, and maybe it is the white winter wheat. I don't know what's changing it.
or the fact that their secondary is 17% malted barley. So I don't know if that shined through. You know what I mean? I don't know. There is definitely something going on in the glass, though.
I agree.
And I'll be curious to see if this opens up and it keeps changing even more. Like we might get to it.
It's not totally disappointing to me. It's just and price wise, I mean, it falls in. It's a 7-year.
I'll be curious what your grade is.
I'm probably like I'm like I could be with a B. I'm not disappointed. B minus. I'm not. It's not wowing me out. But it's unique.
I think I just for the unique fact. I in my head I was B plus. That's where I was sitting because I was there. This isn't top 10 material type of drink, but it is definitely like when drinking it, I'm like, well, that's different. It may change, like especially when you put this in a blind. I think this is going to stand out, and then we might be like,
unless you said like you go against the red wheat, and then it's that
you got the combo, twang and the twang.
Yeah, it'd be a combo of which one is more unique in that setup. But but you put this against the makers. The makers is a whole different land.
Oh, and we'd crush it too. 100%. No, I agree with you.
So
totally.
That brings you way into the the huge
dark,
bourbon-esque
caramel, thick deliciousness. Where this is right now, and it may mellow out, but it's throwing elbows like a crazy person going down.
It is right up there with like an Ezra Rye or whatever.
This one's punching you in the throat.
Even that might have been smoother.
It's funny because we just did, so many good whiskeys and so many different things. And I kept saying like, geez, I'm getting a hug. It is only 105 proof, but it's here. It's like, it's sitting in my chest.
It sparkles like it is a heavy
rye. The whole
rye.
way down.
Yeah.
It's like you just drank 140 proof. You're like, woo. Like it tingles the whole way down. But, which is funny for a weeder because that's all the other weeders we have. They don't drink like that.
No.
But this one's
even
definitely
soft red wheat. I don't believe had. I don't remember that.
No, I just remember it has such a good finish. Like it just lasted for days. This though for 105 proof, it drinks proofy, so it stays in your mouth. But it stays in your mouth with proof.
Yeah,
like more
in a unique flavor. It's got a unique end flavor, unique start and end flavor, and they're not the same.
Mm-mm.
There's, like you said, a little bit of a sweetness to start. Then there's like a little bit of a middle, and then there's I almost think it's probably barley in the end, but not.
It could
be the wheat in the middle. I don't know.
That's what I think. You're getting that malted barley in the end.
That's what it tastes like.
It really does. It tastes. I think this is going to open up and get thicker, where it's gonna be more pronounced. So by the time we try it again, who knows what we're going to be thinking? You know what I mean? Right. I think in a blind, it may actually be an outlier. It might be like, I don't know. We're gonna have to find something to put it up against but I think it's gonna be unique. Like it's gonna stand out. So
yeah.
Well, there you go. We'll keep this one short and sweet then. So again, this is relatively new. You have to leave a comment down below if you guys have tried this or and what you guys actually think when you do it because
it's quite new, blended 2024. So
well, that's what I mean. That's why I wanted to do it because it is new and 'tis the season. We're coming to the end of the thing.
Well,
so
wind it down.
It just came out. So there you go. That is the Castle and Key Cask Strength Wheated Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Again, if you do see it and you've tried it or you are going to try it, leave a comment down below. I'll be curious to see what you guys think about it. But unique is the word on this one. This definitely brings a flavor profile that it stands on its own.
It does stand. And again, but this one's not really in a bad way.
No. That's where I didn't say funk. I don't think at all. It's unique. There's a twang, but it's not in a bad way. Will it turn into a bad way? It might. But right now, it's just like I think when we come back to this in a couple of weeks, we'll be like, "What was that?" You know what I mean? Type of a drink.
Even if it's in a blind, it's going to be what's that?
No, right? Exactly. So, well, there you go. That's our review. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.